Welcome back, extraordinary viewers, one more time. Back on the bench. This is a turn of the century pocket watch sidewind. It's very dirty. It looks like it wants to run, but it isn't running. The second hand isn't moving. It's a beautiful face, though. Ceramic, no cracks on it. The hands are there. They're a little bent, as you can see, but they're there. Yeah, I think it's the original stem. And if you look, there's a lot of really beautiful perlage all over the background of it. That's what attracted to me, was the detail on the back plate. You can see it all back here. It's absolutely beautiful. We're going to get this watch all cleaned up and ticking. We'll get those hands straightened out. We'll check the amplitude on it. We'll make sure that all of the bearings are lubricated properly. And we'll get this watch back out there because it's just too pretty as an old watch to not have it running. The first thing we have to do, of course, is we have to take off those pretty hands. We don't want to get those things bent because it came to us bent. The hands are easy enough. The face is in good enough condition where I do want to make sure that I protect it. Little pieces of plastic strategically placed. Keeps the parts from flying away. Alright, so here we are. Very tempting to take a small screwdriver and pry it under one side of the second hand, but you will crack the face if you do that. So what I have found is if you take two screwdrivers and put one underneath the side of it and the other one exactly opposite, then you can use both of them to move the shaft of the second hand exactly up vertically and it will come off. Any other way and you will crack the face. So little tip for the day, use two small screwdrivers if you can't get your pry bars underneath the second hand on an old vintage watch. Sometimes these second hands are really tiny, as you can see. And that's the tip for the day on this. Uncracked and pristine. Let's take the face off first. I noticed there were two dial screws that were involved here. One is here, and they've got little semicircles in the screw that when turned to the shaft they allow it to be taken out. And here you can see that screw with the semicircle taken out of it, and it's turned right over that pin that goes through that hole. And that allows the foot of the dial to slide in and out. The other side has a similar cutout of its screw that when turned allows it to do that. See there? There's that cutout. When you turn that screw with the foot in place, then that actually binds on the foot. You can see the rest of the movement here. There's the time indicator with the beautiful inset inscribed hand-tooled timing marks. Love it. Very dirty. And here you can see more of the filth that we're talking about. It really is just, I don't know when the last time this saw any cleaning was, oiling. You can see the lovely perlage work in the background. And these are the jewels, and they all look fine to me, but I'll have to look at them more closely once they're cleaned. But the whole watch does look like it's going to hold up to a nice cleaning. We'll see. But I think this is going to come out beautifully. You let me know. Who can tell me what time it is from that? Love that old clock. So you can see here all of this beautiful perlage work underneath the dial. I've got the minute wheel here and the hour wheel there. I've got the keyless works and all of its gearing, beautiful. And I've got this back plate with all of the bearing points, and it still has the etching marks for layout on it. Now, on the other side of this dial, there are the appropriate markings to make certain that this dial was made for this movement. The numbers do match up here, 36199, but I just do not know what the lettering is. I don't know what language that is. It looks like Hindu, or I don't want to embarrass myself. Anyone out there, please? So here we are on the dial face, and the first thing we want to do is take off that hour wheel dial washer and hour wheel. And then we'll take off the minute wheel right here. And that's the cannon pinion. That needs to come off to free up a bridge on the other side of the movement. And you can see that right here. We'll have to get to that and take that off. I'll show you how to do that. Here we are with the candy staking set one more time. I've got an anvil, which is pretty much just a hole, and I've got a stake, which is just a flat tipped stake right there. You can see that. So in order to take the cannon pinion off of these older movements, it's necessary to take this piece off. And I found that if you invert that over the cup like that, and then place the stake just over the tip, just like that, that you can press this down just like that, and it'll free up that cannon pinion. So let's take that out now. That cannon pinion should want to come off, and so should this post right here. May take another. No, that's it right there. I just need it just really glued on with the old oil. And indeed, it did come right off. You can see that it came right off, and it was coated in oil. So that shaft should come right out the other side now, just like that, and just like that. That thing has got no oil. It is just stuck. So that is the first step in taking this movement apart. And we'll put it back together. Like and subscribe, and you'll see more of this. Thanks for joining us.